Longevity, consistency, sustained long-term levels of excellence, the qualities that make some of the most iconic athletes legends, all-time greats, cementing their names in the highest regards. When we look back at basketball dominance over the last 15 years, LeBron James will be the first name we think of, on his way to passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the all-time leading scorer. A handful of today's current stars will accomplish some incredible milestones. 20 years from now, one can only imagine how many of today's current rookies will still be in the NBA by 2043. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. We almost reached a quarter of the 21st century. Let's take a look at the most durable players from every draft class starting from 2000. The worst of the worst draft class, 3 total All-Stars, all for one season, 0 Hall of Famers. Jamal Crawford easily outlasts everybody, 20 seasons, 3 more than 5th pick Rookie of the Year Mike Miller, 1,327 total contests, nearly 300 games more than number 2. Nobody outside of Jamal and Mike reached over 1,000 regular season games, even had a 51-point game age 39, a bucket getter, 6th man the second half of his career. His last run with the Nets in the bubble, Mike Miller lasted till 2017. First pick Kenyon Martin, injury prone, still 15 seasons. Michael Redd, the highest peak, only 12 seasons, just 629 games. 2001, the famous big men coming out of high school draft featured Kwame Brown, Tyson Chandler, and Eddie Curry, with international sensation Pau Gasol the top 4. Although Chandler played the most seasons at 19, Joe Johnson most regular season game appearances, just a hair above Tony Parker, also 1 game for the 2022 Celtics, while Gasol a close third, 51 games short of Johnson. Both TP and Pau last played in 2019, but counting playoffs, the answer is clearly Tony Parker, 226 games over Gasol's 136. Over a full season worth of games, 4 titles for his career. Johnson played a respectable 120 playoff games. Counting the total games with playoffs combined, Parker's number of 1,480 far surpasses Johnson's 1,397 and Gasol's 1,362. Both Parker and Pau also represented their countries in FIBA. Parker actually played more games than Gasol, which gives the edge to Parker for longevity, slightly over Pau. Both well-deserved future Hall of Famers and underappreciated. 2002, the answer varies in many ways. Tayshaun Prince played the most games, 1,017 but 14 seasons, while Nene played the longest at 17. 2019, his final year. Prince's last stop in 2016, 140 total postseason game trumps Nene's 91, plus the Brazilian missed nearly full seasons, 1 game in just 05-06 and just 16 in 08. Prince played in more valuable playoff moments, winning basketball in a gruesome, intense style, plus 6 straight 82 games played seasons. Although many remember Nene's time with the Rockets way more recently than Tayshaun, I'm giving Prince the slight edge. 2003, easily and by far LeBron James, 1,400 and counting. Not only will he be the all-time leading scorer, but LeBron a serious chance to break Robert Parrish's record for most games played. Needs 3 more fully healthy seasons to do so. Already having the most playoff games played makes us forget about Carmelo's longevity. At 1,260 games, would be first in many draft classes. No ceiling ever too high for LeBron, the only player to play all 20 seasons in the 03 class, and he still got plenty more to go. 7 players from this class over 1,000 games. When it comes to longevity GOAT, LeBron certainly number 1. 2004, the answer should have been Dwight Howard, but it's Andre Iguodala. The fact that Howard not in the NBA right now, an absolute travesty. The political nonsense can still grab rebounds and score inside. In all reality, it won't shock me if Dwight never plays another NBA game, but 2023 should be Iggy's last. The 4-time champ played 177 postseason contests over Dwight's 125. Howard nearly 32 minutes, Iggy around 30. More meaningful basketball, a better attitude and locker room presence. 19 seasons, 2 absolutely muscular men, shredded upper bodies. It's no surprise these 2 respectively had the longest careers from their class. 2005, the answer is easily the best player, Chris Paul. Many would have thought it'd be Darren Williams years ago, the bigger, more muscular, physical guy. CP3 maintained his body greatly, now finally seemed to be slowing down 2023. Injuries all around, second most games played, 45th pick Lou Williams, who lasted 17 seasons. D. Will, Monte Ellis, and Andrew Bogut just 12. Due to recent memory, Lou Will more remembered now than Darren Williams. Paul still 2 years left on his contract till 2025, will likely finish 2023 surpassing the 1200 game mark and more likely around 1300 games after his deal's over. 2006, two-man race between Rudy Gay and Kyle Lowry. Both started their careers as teammates with Memphis. Of course, the GM Go Jerry was responsible. Gay still 30 plus games ahead, the only two to play 17 seasons, while Lowry just 10 games as a rookie with season-ending wrist surgery. While Gay is significantly slowing down 4 points a game, limited, Lowry's still a pretty solid role player, starting for Miami 13 points a game, paid $29 million next season till 2024. Gay a player option for 24, Lowry 5 months older, 107 playoff games, already an extra full season playoff wise. The answer is simply Kyle Lowry, while Paul Millsap and LaMarcus Aldridge probably already played their final games. Both had great careers. 2007, one would dig Kevin Durant, but given his missed games with injuries the entire 2020 year and getting hurt once a year now, having to sit out double-digit games, he's 5th in most games played, behind Al Horford, Mike Conley, Jeff Green, and Thaddeus Young, who's not so young anymore. 3 of these guys at the very tail end of their careers. Durant still at an MVP level, can get you 30 a game in his sleep. Young under contract till 24, super healthy and reliable throughout his career, 142 more games than KD. Nearly extra 2 full seasons. Conley and Horford might have 1 or 2 more years left before hanging it up. Durant has the edge in playoff games, 155 to 57, over 40 minutes on average, plus Team USA ball. Durant played nearly 36,000 minutes, Young 32,000. At the end of the day, it appears Kevin Durant can still play 4 more years at a super high level, so I'm going with KD. 2008, the answer is Russell Westbrook. Insanely durable, already played over a full season more than Durant in terms of games, over 1,000 of them, and counting. Still has the explosiveness, the talent certainly there, will be able to play at an intense level as long as he wants. The only problem is, which team wants him after his tenure with the Lakers? DeAndre Jordan 2nd place, likely done after this season. Westbrook nearly 8,000 minutes above 2nd place Nick Batum. Super unlikely anybody in this class plays longer than Russ, one of the most underratedly durable players we ever seen. 2009, the answer is not Steph Curry or James Harden. Curry currently ranks 5th in regular season games played, but needs to still wait till 2025, likely to reach the 1,000 game plateau. DeMar DeRozan, aging better than James Harden right now, nearly 30 more games than the Beard, will be the first to reach 1,000 games, even a little more minutes than Harden. Taj Gibson, an Iron Man role player, will be done soon. It will be a 4-man race between DeMar, Harden, Drew Holiday, and Steph, but Curry, being the incredible shooter, can play till he's 40, even if his quickness diminishes. By far the most accomplished, but already missing nearly 2 full seasons worth of games to catch up to DeRozan. One also thinks Curry played the most playoff games, but the answer is actually James Harden, 149 total compared to Steph's 134, 5,300 postseason minutes for the Beard. Curry just a minute short of 5,000 due to the early burst with OKC's Harden. DeMar and Drew Holiday won't come close in playoff games. If all 4 of these guys retire the same year, it will be between DeMar and Harden, but Steph is the player everybody would want for the next 5 years and most reliable to produce, but of course still some injuries concerns. When he ages, will turn 35. I don't see Curry ending up with most games played total in his draft class, although he will be by far the best player. Still to be determined who wins the longevity matchup. The super underwhelming 2010 class, now injury-prone Paul George turned out to be the best player and having the best career, the only one considered Hall of Fame worthy, despite his long history of missing games, will surpass Derek Favors late this season or next. John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and Gordon Hayward constantly banged up last several years. Every one of these all-stars from this class has had a major injury. Hayward a shell of himself, PG still plays at an all-star level when healthy, most postseason success, nearly a full season worth of playoff games over Wall. You know your draft class is underwhelming and unreliable if Paul George wins the durability award. What? 2011 is an absolute travesty. The 2 most talented players in this class, the kings of low management, off-court distractions, awful leaders, can care less about helping their teams win when needed, plays whenever they feel like it. Kyrie Irving and of course Kawhi Leonard, 2 full seasons less games than current leader Tobias Harris. At least if there's one thing for Harris to be remembered Besides that insane max deal, through 12 seasons, he's played the most games out of anybody in his class. Jimmy Butler and Klay Thompson, the other Hall of Famers, already 100 less games than Kemba Walker. When it comes to minutes played, super close between Harris, Walker, Vucevic, Butler, Klay, and Kyrie, but Thompson's playoff minutes heavily outweighs Harris's by 3,710 minutes. Tobias 26.6 thousand, Klay 27.7, although Thompson's 2 years older, and Jimmy Butler 27.5 thousand. Certainly a three-way race between Tobias, Jimmy, and Klay minutes played plus playoffs. But if I had to pick who wins the longevity award from this class, give me Klay Thompson. With his incredible outside shooting, despite the injuries, he likely won't play as many total games as Tobias, but the crucial finals minutes gives his longevity the edge. 2012, the answer is absolutely not street close. Who's not even top 10 in games played? Most games played, Harrison Barnes, still only 30, has tons of solid production as a role player, likely the first to reach 1,000 games bearing no major injury. Andre Drummond almost out the league anyway, played nearly 2 full seasons worth of games, more than Davis. Dame Lillard the most minutes, approaching 27,000, but when you factor in playoffs, Barnes hasn't made it since 2016, over 27,000 total minutes. Draymond not far behind at 25.8 thousand, Lillard at 29.3 thousand, and Davis just 23k. So far, Lillard played the most, also had the responsibility carrying his team every season. Based off career longevity, the safest bet would be Harrison Barnes, who can stick around long enough as a role player all these years. Bradley Beal too injury prone these days, his Wizards no chance at any sort of postseason, won't have to worry about playing in May and June. Will come down to Barnes vs Lillard in my book. 2013, most minutes played total, Giannis without a doubt, KCP second, CJ McCollum third, then Gobert and Steven Adams. Most games played so far, KCP, underratedly durable. Hasn't missed more than 8 games in a full season yet. Giannis currently 4th, but likely will catch up if he continues the work ethic. Mason Plumlee and Steven Adams, solid starting centers. Steven 3 full years younger. It will be Giannis for second place between KCP and Adams. Still terrific role players on great teams in contention. 2014 class, the answer is Andrew Wiggins in minutes, but Jordan Clarkson has the edge in games played. Too early to tell still, could very well be Jokic to all we know, but Wiggins, Jeremy Grant, and Aaron Gordon on the right track, it absolutely won't be Joel Embiid. Nearly 3 full seasons less games than Wiggins, still ongoing. 2015. When it comes to games, Kelly Oubre and Terry Rozier leading the pack. Also Booker and Towns up there, Cat the most regular season minutes, Booker most total with playoffs. In my estimation, the answer is likely going to be Booker, who's not the most durable, but a flawless offensive game style lasts a long career. Also a greater will to win than Cat. 2016, Buddy Hield super durable, leading the pack in total games, played 2/3 of a full season over Sabonis. Hield also stayed 4 years in college and 5 full years older than Ingram. 4 years on Sabonis. Given the style of game and play, it'll come down to Domas and Jaylen Brown. Since Ingram gets hurt plenty of times, Jamal Murray already had a torn ACL, Malcolm Brogdon older than expected, and bent on competitive Simmons won't have the discipline for longevity. 2017, games played and minutes played, Jason Tatum, and it won't be close. Mark my words, JT possibly go down as an all-time great when it's all said and done. While Donovan Mitchell played 2 seasons at Louisville, Kuzma much older too. 10 years from now, JT's accomplishments will be insane. 2018, early answer, Mikal Bridges, who hasn't missed a single game yet, but given potential all-time great status, Luka Doncic will likely be the one if he maintains his minutes and treats his body right. Still super close to call. 10 years from now will be a good timeline to evaluate. All the other years, 2018 class, RJ Barrett, the early lead, Zion, no chance, ranked 36 of the 60 guys picked in the draft in games played. John Morant's play scary for potential injuries. Darius Garland missed some time, could be Tyler Hero for all we know. I'm going with RJ. 2020 class, Anthony Edwards, 600 minutes more than Saddiq Bey and Halliburton. LaMelo has been hurt. I'm going with Halliburton for the long run due to how flawless his game is as a floor general. 2021, Scotty Barnes, Franz Wagner, and Evan Mobley leading the class in minutes played. 2022, 90% of people will say Paolo will be the best player in the class going forward. Although it's been half a season, also has the highest upside, while Chet Holmgren's body raises many concerns. No question, LeBron James way more durable than any player on this list. First in playoff minutes all time, LeBron's playoff minutes combined plus his first 3 regular seasons. Already more minutes alone than Kawhi Leonard's regular season minutes combined. 9. While Tony Parker ranks 8 all-time postseason minutes played, the second most durable career drafted this century, counting playoff success with FIBA play, Joe Johnson 44,000 minutes, 22nd all-time, Carmelo Anthony over 43,000 regular season minutes, good for 25th, then Pau Gasol 41,000, Chris Paul nearly 41k, Dwight and Iguodala over 39k. Games played, LeBron 1,400 and counting, Jamal Crawford 1,327, Joe Jesus 1,277, Melo 1,260, Tony Parker 1,254, Dwight Howard 1,242, Kyle Korver 1,232, Pau Gasol 1,226, and Iguodala will surpass some of these guys at 1,226 currently as of January 17, 2023. Chris Paul 1,181 and counting. Thanks so much for watching this video. When it's all said and done, can anybody in the league today potentially play more games than LeBron James? Let me know in the comments below. See you next time.